Hi, I'm Jules. Nice to meet you. I thought I'd do a quick video just talking a little bit about my background and experience and qualifications so that it shares a bit more of an understanding with regards to where I'm coming from with the various programs that I offer and particularly with regards to also my workshops and speaking arrangements and things like that. So from a tertiary education perspective, my background is in psychology and HR. Did that in the 90s. And I spent probably the first 20 plus years of my career in workers' compensation and injury management. So working closely with people who were going through either physical or psychological injury or illness, looking to return to work, and then liaising very closely with their leaders and managers and organisations. So what I didn't realise at that time was that from the late 90s, I've really been learning also a lot about leadership and management and how organisations run, limitations and things like that. So progressed through my career into my own leadership and senior management roles. So I'm able to bring that leadership and management lens to it as well. What did I do after that? I went through a period of burnout actually, so that is helpful from a lived experience perspective. I learned a lot through that process and a lot of things that people can do to kind of avoid that and to help recover from it. I then had a role at Curtin University as a senior employee wellbeing advisor. And during that time, I was there for about 3.5 years, worked with a lot of staff, gained a great understanding around the academic workload and workflows, as well as professional staff, supported a lot of people there, really gained a love actually for that kind of work and for working with people in that space who tend to have a wonderful sense of curiosity. So that was great. And while I was there, our team was very fortunate to work with the Future of Work Institute and the Centre for Transformative Work Design. And they are headed up by one of their most senior researchers is Sharon Parker. And she has been researching in workplace wellbeing for over 4 decades now. So well before it became a trendy and widely recognised as a useful and productive thing. So we were very fortunate to pilot one of their very large programs called Thrive at Work. Very, very detailed, quite comprehensive, very much evidence-based. So we piloted that with a number of our schools at Curtin. So I have a lot of knowledge and insight through that experience. And since then, I've remained in touch with them. I go to their workshops and things whenever I can. And one of the things that they did was they did a lit review of basically that 4 decades or so worth of research into healthy work. And what they've arrived at is a model called Smart Work Design. You can look that up. They have a couple of websites. And that is a fabulous tool for understanding better the elements of our work that actually support our well-being. Very quickly, stimulating, mastery, agency, relational, and tolerable demands. So these are the 5 elements that support our well-being through our work. So I really, really enjoyed that experience, and those are tools that I lean on quite a bit through a lot of the work that I do. In the midst of my time at Curtin, I had a personal diagnosis of breast cancer, had some 6 months off work going through all of those treatments and recovery processes. And a very interesting experience being on the flip side of that return to work. And during that time, I wanted more tools to be able to support people better when they were going through and recovering from things like I was now experiencing. And I looked into life coaching as an additional tool. You may or may not know it's a wildly unregulated space, so there's a lot of different approaches out there to that. The training that I settled upon, I was very comfortable with because I could see through the tools and approaches they use that it rested on a lot of the psychological and evidence-based processes and concepts that I've been working with for such a long time. And it's a fabulous tool for gaining really quick, impactful change for people that they drive. So in short, as I'm coming up to 5 minutes, so what that means that I'm bringing is that one-to-one work with people who have been through the rough stuff, working directly with leaders and managers to support them within the constraints of a business, understanding those business levers and business needs, I have first-hand leadership and management knowledge in a very young and fast-growing organisation with staff who weren't always very experienced. I bring lived experience through burnout, breast cancer fund stuff. I've been a carer for a very ill family member. We all have stuff in life, and I feel I've learned a lot through those. And then I bring the life coaching element to that as well. So I've had a wellbeing focus for a very long time, and I feel that the elements that I bring combine together to provide a service that I have found really connects with people, whilst also leaning on those evidence-based and research-backed tools. So I hope that's helpful. If we're speaking, then I will get back to you as per our agreements, and if we're not yet, please feel free to reach out anytime. I'm always happy for a chat, and if there's a way that I can help, I'll make that recommendation, and if not, I will let you know, and very happy to make onward referrals to other contacts I may have that may suit. Meanwhile, look after yourself today. Have a great day. Hope to talk to you soon. Bye.